And we'll do that at the next meeting. At 6:35, we have a public hearing for the adoption of revised rules and regulations of the Town of Sturbridge Planning Board. At 6:40, we'll open and then continue a public hearing for a special permit at 178 Main Street, Dragonfly Ibis Sturbridge LLC, because we don't have a quorum to be able to begin the hearing. After that, at 6:42, we'll have a consideration of the right of first refusal for property located at 355 Lead Mine Road. Following that will be town planner update, old and new business, and adjournment. We have 4 members present, and we're welcoming Wally Hersey, a new member of the planning board this evening. Okay, so we don't have the minutes to do. We'll put those aside. And we can't open the public hearing until 6:35. So Gina, if you want to start with your town planner update?
Yes. So in your packets, I've provided you, just for your information, the Charlton public hearing notices for the 2 warehouse facilities that I've been providing comments to MIPA and copying you on. It is available via Zoom tomorrow night. If anyone would like to watch the meeting, can log in. I will probably log into the meeting and not say anything and just hear what goes on, and I'll keep you updated on that. I've also provided the comments that I provided to MIPA on the Noble Energy application. So they're at the environmental notification form stage. I wasn't able to attend that meeting. Charlie, you actually attended.
I did, yeah.
I don't know if you, not much of any.
No, I think things went very well. They went over the whole process. I explained that we had reviewed it and actually had issued the permit the week before. And I told them that you would be providing the notice and the information that you did. So I think it went very well.
Okay.
Very positive.
Good. So I did provide that, and I sent a copy of the decision with the conditions as well. And then finally, I've provided comments to MIPA on the Amazon warehouse proposal at 53 Sturbridge Road in Charlton, and that's in your packet as well. And then our next meeting dates, actually I wrote July 13th, that's wrong, it's July 27th.
Right.
We'll end up having to continue the public hearing for Dragonfly. And then August 10th, it does not appear we're going to have a quorum. So I'm wondering if I could check a date with all of you, and then we could check with the others. Would everyone be available on August 24th? That would be one of our normal meeting nights. I don't know about vacation schedule.
Yeah, I should be.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm available.
Okay. Wally?
Yes.
Okay. So then we'll just check with the other 3 members to see, and if that's the case, we'll have only 1 meeting in August, and it will be on the 24th.
Good. Very good.
All right. 1 more minute. I don't know. Do you want me to try to quickly do the right of first refusal?
We can wait on that
Okay.
in time we did it. Now, on the public hearings in Charlton, there's 2 of them tomorrow, right, on both projects?
There are 2, yes. I can't put my fingers right on the notice. I think
Yeah, one at
it's
7:15.
7:15 and 7.
And 7:45.
7:45, okay.
Yeah.
I think I don't have it in my packet. I think it's in my calendar.
So the 53 is the Amazon one?
53 is Amazon.
So that's at 7:45, and then the other one is the first one,
Unnamed.
241.
241. They haven't disclosed who the operator of that warehouse facility will be,
Okay.
so.
Okay, very good. I think I have 6:35. In accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 41, Section 81Q, the Sturbridge Planning Board will hold a public hearing in person at the Town Hall, 308 Main Street, 2nd floor, Veterans Hall, Sturbridge, at 6:35 p.m. on Tuesday, July 13th, 2021, to consider adoption of revised rules and regulations of the Town of Sturbridge Planning Board. The proposed revised rules and regulations consist of renumbering and revision from original numbering as amended through September 12, 2017, to the numbering of codification, arrangement, sequence, and captions, and the comprehensive revisions to the text of the Planning Board rules and regulations as set forth in the final draft of the Code of the Town of Sturbridge, dated March 19, 2021, and revisions to the text, including minor language changes for clarity and consistency, but not to change the meaning. It is proposed that the existing rules and regulations be repealed and replaced with this version. The full text of the proposed rules and regulations may be reviewed on the Sturbridge Town website at www.sturbridge.gov/planning-board/webforms/planning-board-rules-regs. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on this proposal should appear at the time and place designated. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation is being provided to the public, the hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. Members of the public who wish to participate remotely may listen and/or watch the meeting, may do so either online via the town's on-demand video broadcast, on cable television on channel 191, or dial into the meeting at 774-304-1455, enter 1428# for the meeting number and 12345 for the access code. This phone number is only active for the public during public meetings. Specific information in the general guidelines for remote participation can be found on the town's website at www.sturbridge.gov/town-administrator/pages/how-access-virtual-meeting. So the meeting is open. Jean, do you want to
Yes.
go over this?
So this is really for us the final step in this codification project that we've been working on for, seems like an eternity. I think it was about 1.5 years, 2 years maybe. And so this will revise to renumber all of your rules and regulations, and those include general information, special permits, site plan approval, expedited permitting, development impact statements, open space residential development, application review fees, stormwater management. Those will all be recodified as Chapter 340, and then the subdivision regulations, which will now become Chapter 350. As we had gone through the codification process, you have already reviewed any of the edits that were being made. In regards to the rules and regulations, they were extremely minor in nature. So I would recommend that the board vote to adopt the revised rules and regulations of the Town of Sturbridge Planning Board as printed on the version dated March 19th, 2021. And then we will forward these to the town clerk and to the land court, and I will notify general code publishers, so that will get us one step closer to the final versions getting put on the web.
Great.
We're waiting for the Attorney General's approval of the general bylaw and zoning bylaw changes. They did approve the charter changes, but those still need to go on the next general election, so.
Very good. Does anyone have any questions or comments on these?
No questions.
There's no one here, but do you want to check to see if anyone has called in?
Yep. You can just turn it up. Is there anyone present on the line that would like to speak to the, revised rules and regulations of the Town of Sturbridge Planning Board? No one.
Okay, very good. So I'll entertain a motion then to close the public hearing.
So moved, Dane.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no one? Very good. Would someone like a motion then to adopt the rules and regulations as suggested by the town planner?
So moved, Dane.
Yep.
Seconded.
Second, very good. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, nobody? Very good. Okay.
All right.
And look at that, it's 6:40, which is just the time that we're supposed to start the next one. Okay, in accordance with the provisions of Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Paragraph 11, the Planning Board will hold a public hearing at the Town Hall in Veterans Memorial Hall located at 308 Main Street on Tuesday, July 13th, 2021 at 6:40 p.m. on the application of Dragonfly Ibis, Sturbridge LLC, 48 East Flagler Street, PH 105, Miami, Florida, 33131. The applicant requests a special permit pursuant to Chapters 21, Section 21.12, Chapter 22, Section 22.05.5, and Chapter 24 of the zoning law to allow a reduction in the required off-street parking to satisfy the town of Sturbridge parking requirements in regard to the proposed redevelopment of 3 new tenant retail spaces within the commercial unit formerly occupied by J.C. Penney's, located at 178 Main Street, Sturbridge, Mass. 01566. Additionally, the applicant proposes the replacement of the existing monument sign at the plaza main entry. A copy of the site plan and application can be inspected on the Sturbridge Town website at www.sturbridge.gov/planning-board/pages/recent-filings, or arrangements can be made to view the application packet by contacting the Sturbridge Planning Department at 508-347-2508, or by email at jlacy@sturbridge.gov. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on this petition should appear at the time and place designated. Any person interested or wishing to be heard on this proposal should appear at the time and place designated. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation is being provided to the public, the meeting/hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in any specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. Members of the public who wish to participate remotely may listen and/or watch the meeting, may do so either online versus the town's on-demand video broadcast on cable television on channel 191, or dial into the meeting at 774-304-1455, enter 1428# for the meeting number, and 12345 for the access code. This phone number is only active for the public during public meetings. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation can be found on the town's website at www.sturbridge.gov/town-administrator/how-access-virtual-meeting. Okay, so the meeting is open.
Yes,
And-
so,
You wanna-
unfortunately, this evening, we do not have the necessary quorum. It requires 5 members to hold this public hearing. So I would recommend that the board continue the public hearing until Tuesday, July 27th at 6:35 PM. The applicant is in agreement with the date, and we have polled the members, and we should have 5 members present at that time. So I'd recommend you vote that continuation.
Very good. Does someone want to make that motion?
So moved, Dane.
Dane?
Second the motion.
Okay, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No one. Very good. Okay. So next we have the consideration of the right of first refusal for property located at 355 Lead Mine Road.
Did you give everyone the report for 178 Main?
Yeah.
Okay. So I gave you, just to back up 1 second, please bring your materials back at the next meeting for 178 Main. That will not be in your packet. All right, so the right of first refusal, as you know, I had this on the last agenda, and I think the day before our meeting, I heard from the Trails Committee that, excuse me, they potentially had an interest in this property, so I recommended you table it until this evening, this discussion. The Trails Committee did meet on July 8th and discuss this property, and decided at that time it was one of those properties where it would be nice to have, but they didn't need to have it. I have been working with a young couple that is trying to purchase this property for some time. Their intent is to build one home on 5.90 acres on the lot adjacent to the Heinz Farm. The purchase price is $138,000. I would recommend, given the information from the Trails and knowing, what the family intends to do there, I would recommend we not exercise our right of first refusal and make that recommendation to the Board of Selectmen to allow the property to be transferred and
Okay.
released from chapter land.
Very good. Any questions, comments? If not, do I have a motion then to recommend to the Board of Selectmen that the right of first refusal not be exercised?
So moved.
Ian?
I second the
Wally?
motion.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, nobody? Very
Okay.
good.
That is all I have for you this evening.
Okay. Any old or new business for anyone? Jeff?
Nothing.
Dane?
Dean had sent an email about some micro projects for the CMMPO.
Yes, yes.
Is there anything that we need to do with that specifically, or
Yeah.
is it just free form?
There's a link that you can go on and take the survey. So we're encouraging all of our board members that kind of deal with transportation and planning issues to go on and take that survey. And so we can hopefully have quite a few people respond to it. I have not gone on to take the survey, so I can't even give you an idea of what the questions are like, but
I checked it out earlier today, and it had some questions about, do we have any designed plans that might be able to take advantage of some of their funding opportunities for 2026? So I'm not sure about that, but I was curious.
for the tip,
Yeah.
yeah, so actually the roundabout, which is one phase of the Commercial Tourist District Revitalization Plan, actually has been placed on the tip for 2026. So Jeff Bridges has taken the plans that the planning board had worked on back in 2014, and, you know, he's been trying to get that brought forward, and actually the MPO did vote to include that on the tip for 2026. So that is about all that,
Yeah, that's awesome.
it's
That sounds-
expensive.
That sounds a
Yeah.
lot bigger than the micro projects. that
Yeah,
we-
it
It
is.
is, it's a lot bigger than the micro projects. Other projects that we are looking down the future for are, before, I think most of you got on the board, we did a complete streets plan, and we talked a lot about adding sidewalks to Cedar Street from Route 20 down Cedar Street up to the Burgess School and then to the recreation area.
That sounds like it's right up the alley of what they're asking for
Yes,
here.
yep, so I would I don't want to tell you how to answer your survey,
No, I mean,
but
if
that's a
you-
really
if you
important
wouldn't mind,
project.
Yeah.
I'm a little lacking in the history here. I know Wally's a new member as well,
Yeah.
though I'm sure you've kept up with what's going on in town, but would you be able to
Yes.
tell us a list of things
I
that would
would,
qualify?
yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
We
the-
can help share it and promote that. in-
I would.
in the
The
survey.
good.
Cedar Street one is the one that we're most far advanced with because of the proposal for the recreation field at 60 Cedar Street as well. So I will send you some information on that. The DPW has applied for complete streets funding as well for that, so it would be good to kind of
It would
drive that
reiterate
project
and
home.
come out
Right,
with that
exactly.
survey.
So I'll make sure that actually all of the new members will get a copy of the complete streets plan, Janae, and then I'll give you a description of some of those projects.
That'd be great, thank you.
Yeah, I think some of the, wasn't the limit $100,000?
Yeah, I
Thing
think
is a pretty
so.
small project. The other thing on that, Cedar Street project with the sidewalks, when Burgess was expanded, we really did want to try to get a sidewalk down that
Right.
street. But with the wetlands, it just wasn't possible. I mean, it just, the project couldn't afford
Right.
it, and it was really a major thing to try to, deal with those wetlands. So maybe with development of the recreation fields on the other side, it may
Right.
open it up for more of an opportunity for that.
Right.
Providing
Maybe
more
s-
land to come in, because it wouldn't be along the actual access road.
Right.
That was really limited.
Right. If it was, the way DPW is proposing it now, it would come down Cedar and then go down, is it Cedar Pond Road where the recreation area
Okay.
is? It would go down there. But you're right, there may be some opportunities for interconnection, like through Burgess School
Right.
to the recreation
Yeah.
in the future. So, and I know the school, we've talked to Paul Guerin a bit, and he's very much in favor of, making that connectivity to a sidewalk some way, so.
Yeah, this micro projects thing seemed very focused on transportation and alternate transportation
Right.
methods, so I think that would go well.
Biking
Yeah.
and so forth.
Mhm.
Definitely.
And then we might have actually some locations that are in the Complete Streets Plan where we talk about crosswalks. And the issue is that most of them are on Route 20, so you cannot use Complete Streets funds for a state highway. Well, our main street is a state highway, so it might be helpful to reiterate some of those smaller type projects as well, so I will send that out to you.
Great, thank you, appreciate
You're
the help on
welcome.
that.
I have meetings most of the day tomorrow, so if not tomorrow, the next day, I'll get it out.
Perfect.
Okay. Anything else? Any other old or new? I had one question, I keep forgetting to ask you, but whatever happened to the project that was going to go into Rabita's Old Market on 148 there?
You know, I don't know why they never went forward with that. I know they had been in meeting with Nelson about getting building permits. I met out there on site with Nelson to go through the property and talk about the code issues. I do know that he ended up having, I think, a fire at his location in
Oh.
West Brookfield.
Oh, okay.
So that might have kind of slowed the process.
Yeah.
But I can check with Nelson to see if he's heard any more.
Yeah, is there anything in there, is the pet place there? The sign is still for the pet place. I don't
No,
think anything-
there's
this is-
nothing there.
The building is, you go up 148 on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I remember it had come in for a restaurant permit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, an apartment
George's
above it.
Pizza,
Right.
yes,
There's been a
yeah.
lot of trucks and material storage there. It looks
Oh.
like somebody's using it as like a landscape or landing zone.
Oh, really? All right, check into that, too.
All right,
I've got one thing to add,
Sure.
Charlie. I know Mike and Chris brought up last time that they wanted to remove themselves from, I think it's the New England, I don't remember what it is, the quarterly meeting that they were going to. There was an alternate and a primary.
Central Mass Regional Planning
That's right,
Commission.
yeah.
Yes,
So, I believe my CPC term runs at the end of this month. So, just with a new member on the board, and Dan and I, I think maybe if we could talk about it at the next board when Chris and Mike are here, just so that organizationally,
good.
we're aligned
that's a good point.
and we don't miss anything.
And I do expect, so the CMRPC meetings are normally quarterly, and they have been virtual, but I would expect eventually they'll
Probably
be
come back.
back in person, as everything else is, but that's a good point. We'll put that on the next agenda. And then CPC, does the planning board have to select a representative for that one, or is that just selected by Jeff?
Well, I think it's the planning board before.
Planning
I think
board
we
has to,
discussed
right?
Who wants to be on it, haven't we?
Yeah, we
Yes.
discussed it, and then Jeff appoints.
Okay,
And I'm open to any of those positions, I just wanted
Okay.
to just, you know,
right,
get everybody's input. you know.
okay,
Yeah.
all right, sounds good. I can-
Especially because Chris and Mike, without them being here,
Right,
I don't really know what to
exactly.
expect with that other meeting.
Right.
Good.
And Wally, I can fill you in on those positions because you might end up with one if you're willing.
Yep, very good. Thank you.
So, that's a good point, Jeff.
Okay, with that,
That's
motion
all
to
I
adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Thank you all. Good evening,
All
all.
right.
So Gene, is it just this memo that we should be keeping?
No, the whole packet.